Welcome back to season two, episode two of the Courtside Podcast. I'm your host, Keelan Lee. In this week's episode, we dive into week one of the NBA season, so the previous week, discuss which team do I think is better right now between the Lakers and the Suns. What are my thoughts on Bronny going to the G League, and a ton more. Now, before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn that post notification bell, like this video, and comment down below what were your overall takeaways from the first week of the NBA season. Without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so let's start with the first game of the opening week, and that was the Knicks and the Celtics. I mean, this game was not even close. I mean, you look at this game and you're like thinking, this was like an absolute ass whooping, you know? So peeking at the Knicks side of things, I mean, all right, Karl Anthony Towns had 12 points. Jalen Brunson had 12 points. Josh Hart had 12 points. Miles Bridges had 16 points. And their bench, like Miles McBride, led the way with 22 points, and Cameron Payne had 11. But you get the Celtics. I mean, what can you say about this team, man? Jason Tatum, he had 37 points to lead the way. Derek White had 24 points. 24 points. Jaylen Brown had 23 points. Drew Holiday had 18 points. Al Horford with 11, and Sam Hausner with 10 points. And this team shot 29 threes, which to this day still blows my mind. All right, peeking down to the next game, we got the Lakers and the Timberwolves. Game one between these two, and game one of JJ Redick's official coaching debut. Peeking at the box score, I mean, this game looked close. I mean, if you look at it, like the Timberwolves tried to keep it competitive, but it wasn't enough. You know, um, yeah, why isn't my screen loading? Yeah, all right. Speaking at the Timberwolves, I mean, Anthony Edwards had 27 points on 25 shots. Rudy Gobert had 13 points. Julius Randle had 16 points, which still surprises me considering that everyone else on other than Nickeil Alexander-Walker, was the only player with a really good plus minus, and he had 16 points. Nickeil Alexander-Walker led the way with 14 points. Naz Reid had 12 points, and Dante DiVincenzo had 10 points. Looking at the Lakers, I mean, Anthony Davis, man, was an absolute demigod in this game. He had 36 points. Rui Hachimura had 18 points. LeBron had 16. Austin Reeves had 12 points. And then Jackson Hayes led the bench scoring in 10 points despite having a -1. And LeBron also had -6, which kind of is tripping me. All right, peeking at the next game, we have, okay. Sorry if my laptop is lagging a little bit. I just have a lot of things up. But anyway, peeking at the Wednesday games, the first day of ESPN basketball, we got the Bucks and the Sixers, and I mean, it looks like Giannis and Dame are both looking pretty solid. You know, if the box score can open for me, yes, it can. So peeking at the Bucks and the Sixers, game one, Doc's home return to Philly. You know, Dame led the way with 30 points. It looks like he's comfortable now, which is good, which I'm happy for. Giannis at 25, Gary Trent Jr. had 11, Taurean Prince had like 16, and Brook Lopez had 10 points, but he did have 6 blocks, which is nice. Picking at the bench, Bobby Portis led the way with 16 points, followed by Pat Connaughton. Um, and stuff like that. Picking at the Sixers, Tyrese Maxey led the way with 25 points despite taking 31 shots, which is nuts. Kelly Oubre had 21 points. Andre Drummond had 10 points. And the bench, I mean, the bench couldn't do anything. Like Kyle Lowry had 13 points. Caleb Martin 12, and Gabby Yabusele had 10 points. All right, peeking at the next game, we got the Clippers and the Suns, game one. This game was actually really terrifying for me to watch, to be honest with you, because I watched this game. I watched the whole game. This game was crazy. So, like, peeking, let's go over to this box score. You know, peeking at the Suns, I mean, KD had 25, Bradley Beal, 24 points. I've been saying all year, I've been saying this offseason, this dude is coming back for blood. I mark my words, this dude's coming for blood. Devin Booker, he had 15 points. Nurk had 11. Tyus Jones also had 11, but he also racked up 8 assists. And their bench, I mean, their bench was meh at best. Like Grayson Allen at 8, Mason Plumlee at 8. There was nothing fancy about that. Peaking at the Clippers, James Harden had 29 points. Ivica Zubac, man, had like 21 points. Like this guy was a freaking problem. Norman Powell had 17 points on 16 shots. Derrick Jones Jr. had 12 points, and it looks like Amir Coffey like could not miss. He had like 11 points. It felt like every time I watched Amir Coffey, he like scored. All right. Peeking at the Thursday, the first Thursday of primetime game, we had a lot of games on this schedule. Like these games were a little bit interesting. We got the Spurs and the Mavericks game one, the Texas Showdown. The Mavs won. I mean, I'm not surprised, you know, because like, yeah, I'm not surprised at all, one bit. All right. Picking at the Spurs, I mean, Juan Champagny had 18, Jeremy Sohan 18, Harrison Barnes had 17, Wemby had 17, and like their bench was just like, eh. Peeking at the Mavs, I mean, Luca had 28 on 25 shots. Kyrie Irving had 20. I mean, not Kyrie Clay, excuse me, had 22 points. Kyrie Irving had 15. PJ Washington had 11. And Derek Lively led the way with 15 points off the bench. I gotta tell you, man, Dallas looks pretty dang nasty, you know? Anyway, peeking to the next game, we got the Thunder and the Nuggets. This game shocked me a little bit because like I thought Denver was gonna win this one. Just because, Denver's a very hard place to play in, so it is what it is. If the box score can load, please. Peeking at the Thunder, I mean Chet Holmgren, despite missing five 3 pointers, he had 25 points. Jalen Williams had 12 points. Shea had 28 points. Uh, Aaron Wiggins had 15 points. Like this team is looking pretty good. I will say though, they're not beating the Boston Celtics in a 7 game series. I want to make that clear because I got triggered a lot of people on Instagram a couple days ago and said that they're not going to beat the Boston Celtics. Yeah, I still stand 10 toes down. Peeking at the Nuggets, I mean, it was just not it. Like Christian Brown and Nikola Jokic led the way with 16 points. Jamal Murray had 12 points on 13 shots. Michael Porter Jr. had 15 points. Aaron Gordon had 12 points. And it looks like their bench couldn't do jack shit. Sorry for my profanity, but it had to be said. Um, Peeking at the Friday games, we had the Pacers and the Knicks, a rematch of last year's Eastern Conference semifinals. Excuse me, I got that mixed up. I remember the Pacers made it to the NBA final, made it to the Western Conference Finals. I can't speak today for some reason. But anyway, I mean, the Knicks won this game. I mean, peeking at the Pacers side of things, I mean, Miles Turner had 13 points, Pascal Siakam had 12 points, Tyrese Halliburton had 0 points, which blows my mind. Their bench was okay. Benedict Mathurin had 20 points. Jarris Walker had 12 points, and then like Isaiah Jackson had like 10 points. Peeking at the Knicks, I mean, Jalen Brunson had 26 points. Karl Anthony Towns had 21 points and 15 rebounds. Mikal Bridges had 21 points. Josh Hart had 20 points, and like OG Anunoby had 14 points. And it looks like their bench kind of calmed down a little bit. Oh boy, I know what's happening now. I'm not gonna like it. But anyway, peeking at the next game, we got the Lakers and the Suns. Honest to God, I legitimately do not know what to say at this point. I was kind of ticked off. I watched this pretty much this entire game. I was a little bit annoyed. Peeking at the Suns, I mean, KD had 30 points. Devin Booker had 23 points. Bradley Beal had 15 points, and Tyus Jones had 14. And their bench, I mean, their bench was their bench. They made 17 threes in the first half, which blew my mind. Peeking at the Lakers, I mean, Anthony Davis had 35 points on 18 shots. He also had 17 free throws. LeBron had 21 points. Austin Reeves had 26 points. And Rui Hachimura had 14 points. And it looks like their bench didn't do a damn thing. All right. Peeking at the Saturday slate games, because we had Saturday primetime games, by the way. So hope that loads up. All right. We got the Clippers and the Nuggets. I did not get a chance to see this score. Like, I just was doing something else. But anyway, peeking at this game, I mean, the Clippers, man, I mean, Norman Powell had 37 points. James Harden had 23 points on 13 free throws. I mean, not surprised. Ivica Zubac had 24 points as well. And Chris Dunn had 11 points off the bench. Peeking at the Nuggets, I mean, Jokic was amazing. He had 41 points, but his supporting cast, I mean, Jamal Murray gave him 22. Christian Brown had 11, and Aaron Gordon had 10, and the bench was just meh. All right. Peeking at the Magic and the Grizzlies, I mean, this game was very interesting, I would say, to say the very least. I mean, it was kind of boring, but, you know. Peeking at the Magic, I mean, Paolo Banchero had 16 points. Jalen Franz Wagner had 23 points. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope struggled with 3 points. Jalen Suggs had 21 points, and their bench, Anthony Black and Jordan Howard had 10 and 11. Being at the Grizzlies, I mean, what's to say about this team? I mean, 16 points for Ja, 13 points for Desmond Bain. Jaren Jackson Jr. had 13 points. Santi Aldama had 22 points. Josh Huff, I think it is, like had 18 points. Sky Pippen Jr. had 11 points. I think the reason why the Grizzlies won this game was because of the bench. Right. All right, moving on. We got the Kings and the Lakers, and the Lakers like won again. You know, but this time it was due to LeBron just going crazy. You know what's even more crazy is not a lot of people. Well, people may know this, but a lot of people may not know this. But like, this was Anthony Davis's first ever win against Domantas Sabonis. Like, I'm not even capping. Like, before this game, you gotta look up the Kings versus Lakers throughout when LeBron and throughout AD's career. AD has not played well against Domantas Sabonis. But anyway, picking up the Kings, I mean Domantas Sabonis, like I said, had 29 points. DeMar DeRozan had 23. Uh, forget the brother's name. Is it Chris? No, Keegan. Keegan Murray had 14. De'Aaron Fox had 28 points. Kevin Herr had 14, and Malik Monk had 14 points. Peeking at the Lakers side of things, I mean, LeBron had 32 points. Anthony Davis had 31. Rui Hachimura had 18. And D'Lo and Austin Reaves had six, both had 16. And Dalton Connect had 10 points. So those are my thoughts for week one of the NBA season. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts. And yeah. All right. So we're now going to get into a segment that I just saw on First Take on Friday, which is which team do I trust more between the Lakers, Suns? Granted, the Lakers are 3-0 and the Suns are 2-1, and the Lakers beat the Suns in game one. They're also playing tonight. But which team do I trust more? They all said the Suns. My answer is if everyone's healthy, like assuming everyone's healthy, I am going to still take Phoenix just because I think Phoenix has a lot more firepower than the Lakers. I know the Lakers have LeBron and Anthony Davis, but like with the Suns, you know who's gonna pop off. Like you know Durant's gonna pop off. You know Book is gonna pop off. You know Brad's gonna pop off. The Lakers, outside of LeBron and AD, who can you trust on that team? You know, so like it's kind of hard, for me to kind of hard. That's why I would give the edge to Phoenix because they have good pieces on their team. And also some their rookies are actually really good. Like some of the rookies are playing really well. I watched their game against Dallas, game one. I like to call it game one between them and Dallas. And their role players and like their rookies, they played pretty well. So in totality, I think the Suns are a much better team than the Lakers. Speaking of the Lakers, we got to talk about Bron James going to the G League. And give you, my thoughts about it. I'm not surprised by this move. I wish they made this move rather than sooner rather than later. Honestly, at this point, like, and it pains me to say this because I have a family member who's like a Lakers fan. My Uncle Tony. Shout out my Uncle Tony, man. Um, this is why the Lakers are a joke. Like, yeah, they're 3-0. All right. But guess what? This team is still ass. All right. The fact that they even thought about drafting his son, like, still to this day, blows my mind. All right. If like, and I saw this on a YouTube video, and I thought Magic said this perfectly. If I'm Bronny, I'm telling my dad I want to play in the G League. Like, but like LeBron, it just seems like the Lakers are a joke. Like that's all I gotta say at this point. They are a joking franchise. Um, that's why I that's why when I said they were gonna miss the playoffs, I mean that literally, not like a joking way. That's why I say they're gonna miss the playoffs because this team is terrible. All right, but also seriously though, like I hope Brian does well because I'm rooting for the kid, but at the same time, like it just seems like the front office has got to step up and do something at least to like stop Ron's antics at this point. Like, hey, we're crossing the line here. All right, we hired your coach. We drafted your son. This is it. So that's my thoughts. Anyway, what are your guys' thoughts on Bronny sent to the G League? Is it good for him? Is it bad for him? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, let me see what I have to do. All right, now I did say I was going to do my NBA courtside hierarchy ranking for week two. So we're going to do that right now once I find that out. You know, all right, here we go. So here are the top 10 teams according to me. This will change every single week. You know, there might be shuffling here and there. So we're going to start here and there. All right. So peaking at number 10, I'm going to go with I'm going to go the New Orleans Pelicans. You know, what are the Pelicans? I'm going to take the Pelicans. I just love how they've been playing, you know, lately. You know, they look to me like a team that's like ready to be taken seriously, you know, even though they lost to the Blazers the other day. And they don't have DeJounte Murray, which is a big deal considering that he's a shutdown defender in this and on this team. But likewise, this team looks good. This team looks very solid. You know, if they can stay healthy, which is a big if now, because DeJounte is now out for a couple of weeks, like this team can do wonders things. Number nine, this might sound like crazy to y'all. I am going to take, ooh, I'm going to take the Phoenix Suns. I'm not even joking. I'm going to take the Phoenix Suns to take the Phoenix Suns. Look, I will fight anyone who disagrees with me in the comment section below that this trio can work with each other. Now, obviously, Brad did not play last game, but like when he's healthy and he's in the lineup and he's playing well, seems a whole different ball. All right, number eight. Number eight. I'm gonna go Minnesota. You know, this they showed they it now granted it showed me that they are taking a while to adjust to Julius Randle, you know, and with no Carlton Towns, which I think is kind of given. But like this team looks solid. You know, Anthony Edwards looks great. You know, this team looks like a good team. Number seven, number seven, number seven, number seven. You know, it's tough because there's not a lot of teams that are undefeated right now if you exclude like three or so teams. But anyway, number seven, you know what? I'm gonna go Golden State. I'm gonna go Golden State. Obviously, they lost the other night, but like this team looks good. Like Buddy Hield looks like a great pickup for this team. You know, I do worry a little bit about Steph's injury, a tiny bit, but like, you know, they're doing like pretty good with it. You know? Number six. I'm gonna go number six. Number six, I'm gonna go the Lakers. I'm gonna go the Lakers at number six, just because, like, look, a lot of the Lakers fans are saying they're 10 times better than Darvin Ham, and that maybe be the case. But let's be really honest here. Darvin Ham took this team to the freaking Western Conference Finals. As in the title of my favorite podcast says, but I'm gonna add an explicit, calm the fuck down. All right. I think JJ Redick is going to be a great coach in this league, but let's calm down a little bit saying he's a million times better than Darvin Ham. All right, because if you had told me when they hired this guy that this team was going to make it to the Western Conference Finals, I would have laughed at you like Stephen A. Smith laughs at whenever the Cowboys lose. Number five, yeah, even though they're number five, number five, give me the Knicks. What are the Knicks? I mean, this team looks nice. This team looks nice. It's obviously like a work in progress. They're playing pretty solid right now. I do worry about like them getting like I do worry about like chemistry in this lineup, you know, because it's gonna take a while for them to adjust. But like right now, this team looks pretty good on paper, and I expect them to look pretty good on paper. Number four, oh man, who should be number four? You know what? I'm gonna put the Knicks at five, at four. Number four, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take Dallas. At number four. I don't want to, but I pretty much have to. Number three, I'm gonna go OKC. I'm gonna go the Cavs. I'm gonna go the Cavs. I just think they look good. They've been playing really well. Evan Mobley looks really good. It looks like Kenny Atkinson has been a really good coach so far. Let's see how far this team can go. Number two, I'm gonna give it to the OKC Thunder. I mean, they're playing really well right now, despite being a little bit young. They're not number one. I do think that this team is good. I don't know what to say. I can't even speak to it. This team is still good, but I just feel like they need more, experience. And number one, I think this is to no one's shocker. Right? I'm gonna take the Boston Celtics. I mean, they're the best team. They look great. You know, they hit 29 threes on opening night. Like, how can you not ignore? Like, that is simply abnormal. So those are my week two hierarchies. I got the Celtics at one, the Thunder at two, the Cavs at three, the four is the Knicks, the five is the Mavs, the six is the Lakers, seven is the Warriors, eight is the Timberwolves, nine is the Thunder, and nine is the Suns, and 10 is the Pelicans. What are your guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, so peeking at the next set of games, we're going to do our week two picks for the 2024-25 season. Obviously, it's week two, so I forgot how well I did. I'll share probably in the next episode how well I did. So we got the Bucks and the Celtics tonight. Game one between these two rivals. I am going to take the Celtics though. I just think the Celtics have been playing really good basketball. The Bucks right now have looked okay. Like they haven't been playing well, but it is what it is. All right, so just bear with me on that. So give me the Celtics. Up next, we got the Lakers and the Suns, a rematch, game two. I am going to take the Suns to win this game. I just think Phoenix right now, like they showed me that they're back. They're back. They're gonna play well. I know LeBron and AD are gonna come out swinging, but like I'm gonna take the Suns. Moving on, we got the Timberwolves and the Mavericks. I am going to take, to my dismay, I am going to take the Mavs to win this game. I just think the Mavs, like they're like Luka's been playing really well. Clay's been okay. Like I do expect the Timberwolves to keep it close, but I'm going to take the Mavs. Peeking at the next game, we got the Pelicans and the Warriors. To my dismay, I am going to take the Pelicans. I don't know the severity of Steph's injury right now, just because what I've been told is kind of not good. Even though Steve Kerr said he's going to be okay, it is what it is. Next up, we got the Celtics and the Pacers. I mean, I'm still taking the Celtics. I mean, the Celtics to me look like the best team again. And like the Pacers, I mean, the Pacers have looked good, but they haven't looked great. Moving on, we got the Spurs and the Thunder. I am going to take actually the Spurs. I really do think the Spurs have been playing really well lately, despite losing. While the Thunder, I mean, it depends. I don't know if he played last game, so let me know, Thunder fans, if Isaiah Hartenstein's playing. If he doesn't play, like maybe I could see the Thunder winning, but right now I'm gonna take the Spurs. Next game, we got the Bucks and the Grizzlies on Halloween night. I am gonna take the Bucks to win this game. I just think the Bucks right now they gotta string some wins. They gotta string some wins, and I think this is a good opponent for them. Even though the Grizzlies have looked mess so far, this is a good opponent. I'm gonna take the Bucks. Next game, we got the Suns and the Clippers. Game one, I am going to take the Suns to win this game. Like I said, this team has looked really good, much better than they had last year. I do expect the Clippers to keep it close just because of the way the Clippers have been playing since that game one debacle against the Suns. But in the end, I'm going to take Kevin Durant over James Harden. Next game, we got the Magic and the Cavs. This is an interesting one. I'm going to take the Magic in this one. I really like this Magic team. Defensively, they're one of the best defensive teams in the league right now. I think they have a really good defense. I do expect the Cavs to keep it close, but I am going to take the Mavs. Next game, we got the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. Honestly, I might lean towards Denver in this one, just because like the Nuggets, like right now the Nuggets are struggling. They're struggling right now, but like it seems like they're trying to find a groove here and there. But like I think they're gonna find a groove here and they're gonna beat the Timberwolves. And finally, we got the Heat against the Wizards. I mean, this is obvious. I'm gonna take the Heat in this one. Like I'm gonna take the Miami Heat in this one. So I just think the Heat are the better team, better coach team, and what. So what are your guys' thoughts on my predictions? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, so peeking at the next game, let's see what I have to do. Oh yeah, in honor of Halloween this week, you know, because Halloween is this week. So here we go with my. We're gonna be ranking every single Halloween candy flavor in honor of Halloween. All right, so here is the tier list. We have the elite, meaning I will eat this to the point where like I would get a stomach ache. Then we got the above average, like they're great, but they're not elite. Then we have it's solid, like they're okay, it's candy. Then we would say we have I will eat if I'm forced to. All right, like you forced me to eat it, just know I'm not gonna be happy about it. Then we have respectfully, it's ass, man, it's terrible, it's not that good. Then we have the tier of never had before. Make sense? All right. So peeking out, we got Sour Patch. I think these are the original. Well, whatever it is, these are elite. I am a massive Sour Patch fan. I love their flavors. Like Sour Patch is like one of my favorite candies. It's like, in fact, in my Mount Rushmore of candies. Moving on, I think these are Milk Duds. It's solid. Oh wait, no, these are something else. I don't know what that says. I'm gonna put never had before. Moving on, we got Dots, another candy in my Mount Rushmore. They are elite. Now, I will say they're very hard to eat. I will admit that, but like this candy is like one of my favorite candies to eat on Halloween. Up next, we got Warheads. Respectfully, it's ass. I don't care what you guys say. These are the worst candies like in existence, in my opinion. Like they don't taste that good, in my opinion. Moving on, we got Payday. Never had Payday, so never had before. Moving on, we had Milky Way. To be honest with you, I don't think I've ever had a Milky Way before. So, yeah, never had a Milky Way. Up next, we got Hershey's. It's solid. I mean, I think I've had it once before, but that's about it. Like, I think they're like, or like, yeah, I've only had them once. Moving on, we got Lifesaver. I don't know if these are the candies or the gummies. If these are the candy flavors, I'll eat it if I'm forced to. I'll eat it if I'm forced to. You know, so that's what I would say if I'm forced to. Like the candy ones are not that good. All right, now speaking of lifesaver, we got the Lifesaver gummies. These are elite. These are like one of my favorite candies, like of all time. Like, if there's no Sour Patch, I would get a bag of those. Moving on, we got candy corn. This might sound controversial to some of y'all, but I think it's above average. Like, I think this candy is like overhated. I know a lot of people hate it, but like to me, this candy is like really good. This candy is like really good. Next game we got, I think these are Laffy Taffies. Respectfully, these are ass. These are ass. I hate Laffy Taffies, man. Like these ones are disgusting. Moving on, we got Starburst, another one of my favorites, elites. Like I freaking love Starburst. These are like some of my favorite candies to eat. I think they're the best candy out there. The one problem though, they're like dots in the aspect of like they get stuck to your teeth though. Up next, I don't know what this is, so I'm gonna put it like never had before. I think these are like lemon sized candy ass, in my opinion. You know. Up next, we got Milk Duds. They're solid. They're solid. They're solid. They're pretty good. You know, you know, but like these are good. These are good. These are pretty good candy. Next game we got. I think these are like the candy like bracelet you get whenever you have like a Halloween party in elementary school. They're solid for me. They're solid for me. You know, like I'm not a huge fan of those, but like it is what it is. Next up, we got why is there dental floss here? Like, what the fuck? No, get that out of here. Up next, we got the what is it? The black licorice ass. I think we could all say black licorice is disgusting. This is the most disgusting candy on the planet. Up next, we got lollipops. Oh, are these the ones with chocolate or something like is it like lolly caramel apples but lollipop style? Yeah, these ones are dum dums. These are ass. I used to like dum dums a lot as a kid, but not anymore. We got Fun Dip. Isn't that like a Valentine's Day thing? If it is, I'm gonna say it's solid. The one problem is that like it's very sugary for me, and like it sticks to your teeth. Up next, we got M&Ms. I mean, what are we talking about here? Elite. You know, these are really good. All right, moving on. We got Cocoa Caps. I've never had a Cocoa. You know, up next, or are these the Twizzler? These the sugary worms? Yeah, Elite, man. These candies are good. Up next, we got Halloween pretzels. I don't think I've ever had a Halloween pretzel before. Next game, we got Twizzlers. Honestly, I used to eat a lot of Twizzlers as a kid. These are above average now, above average. Moving on, we got Laffy Taffy. Again, above average. They're very hard to chew. They're very hard to chew. Up next, we got fruit roll-ups. I mean, these are above average. Like these are good candy. What more can I say? Okay, right now I'm gonna put some of the candy that I've never had before on this list. Let's see. To make it more simpler. Moving on, we got Mike and Ike's Elites. By far one of my favorite candies. Like it's hard if you ask me what my favorite candy is, it's like and I had to choose one, I would either go with these three, like Dots, the Lifesaver Gummies, and the Mike and Ike, which means we're gonna have to put the Mike and Ike's here. Wait, where did it go? Let me see if I could put away to make it more like simple. All right. Moving on, we got Almond Joy. I mean, it's solid. I mean, I've never had an Almond Joy before, but like I've heard it's pretty solid. Okay. All right, moving on, we got candy corn team packs. As never had before. I'm trying to clear this out, so it's best. Never had a cracker one. All right, because I'm trying to clear out right now. I know you guys are wondering like, what am I doing right now? I'm trying to clear out all the ones that like. Um, let's see, what else do I have? All right, moving on, we got Skittles the Rainbow. I mean, Skittles in general, like these are elite, man. I freaking love Skittles. You know, I'm gonna put more on this never had before. There's a lot of candy here that I've never had before, which is kind of shocking. But yeah. Moving on, we got Sweetie something. Never heard of that before. Moving on, we got we got I don't know what their name is called, but this one is ass. I fucking hated this candy. I know what it's rude for me to swear, but these candies are disgusting for me, in my opinion. Moving on, we got Double Bubble. Oh yes, the Double Bubble. These ones are elite, man. I remember as a kid, I used to go crazy whenever those candies came into play. Next game, we got gummy worms. I mean, what are you talking about here? These candies are elite. Out. All right, these candies are elite. Up next, we got the small size Skittles. I mean, like I said, Skittles and M&Ms in general, they're elite. You know, Let me put more on here. Yeah, I know it's. I know. All right, moving on. We got M&M's pretzels. I think they're called. Okay, hear me on this one. These are above average. These are above average. You know, these are above average. Next up, we got Gushers. I mean, they're elite. They're above average. They're okay, but like they stick to your teeth. I'm gonna do these do these next two rolls. So like I'm gonna do as much as I can because I don't have a lot of time. So Airheads, I mean Airheads are elite. You know, I will say though the problem with Airheads they really stick to your teeth. All right, we're gonna just skip through these. Mike and Ike's, I mean they're elite. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do two more and then I'm gonna call it quits because I got some things to do. But Mike and Ike's, they're elite. Yeah. Starboard, but yeah, that I think that should do it. Yeah. So that is me ranking every single candidate. Like I want to do some more, but these are like a lot. So what do you guys think of week two? All right, let me know in the comment section below what your guys' thoughts are about it. And if you did enjoy this video, please get a like, subscribe, turn that post notification bell. I'm gonna try to post either every Sunday or every Monday, depending on when the games would end, because like there's a lot of games happening tonight as well as tomorrow, as well as like yesterday. So like I don't know, we'll see. But with that being said, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Have a safe trick or treating, and if you're going to a Halloween party, stay safe out there. And until next time, I'm out.